Hey guys, welcome back. I just tried to do this a few minutes ago, had a little technical difficulty. So what I was saying about this game is... Hang on a second. Yeah, somebody's trying to get my attention over here. Go away, I'm trying to stream. So this is Elite Dangerous. I'm a PS4 guy, but today I am playing on the Xbox One because Elite Dangerous is not on the PS4 yet. I really enjoy this game, and that's why I break out my Xbox One for it. It's the only game I play right now on the Xbox until maybe Gears comes out. Anyhow, this is a really fun space game, and I'm really into space games. I played EVE Online, No Man's Sky, Rebel Galaxy. I kind of like a really good sci-fi, but a spaceship, explore the galaxy type game I really enjoy. And this one is right up my alley. It kind of sits somewhere between No Man's Sky and Elite Dangerous. I'm sorry, No Man's Sky and EVE Online. It's got exploration and kind of mining sort of thing, like No Man's Sky, but it probably sits closer to EVE Online. There's different activities or jobs you can perform. You can be a bounty hunter, you can be a pirate, you can do mining, you can do trade in the sense of finding items at a low price in one system, hauling them to another system, creating a trade route, and selling them high in a different system. The trade system isn't as sophisticated as EVE's Online's, where you don't get to sell to other players, only to the AI market. But the AI market does fluctuate, so if you find a really good trade route, it's not going to last very long. In a few days it'll probably go away, and it may even go away quicker than that depending on how many people discover that same trade route and are selling the same items that you are. When Elite Dangerous first came out, it was a little repetitive. You know, I'd go out, do some bounties, shoot some planes down, get some money, and it really was really cool at first and really neat, and it got a little repetitive. So I put it down for a while, and then Elite Dangerous Horizons came out. This gave you a couple different options, a couple new gameplay mechanics where now you can land on planets, which is really cool, and they added engineers. And the cool thing about the engineers is these guys will upgrade parts in your ship. So you buy the part, and they can add different benefits to it. But in order to do that, you have to have certain materials and such. So now, when you're out bounty hunting or you're doing something and you're pirating, you're not just pirating just for money. You're pirating or bounty hunting or killing ships to find these materials that upgrade your ship. So it gives you a little more reason behind the things that you're doing within the game. So that kind of gives a little more to the game, and you get a little more out of it. So I've been back for a couple weeks now, and I figured I'd let you guys know about it. If you're not familiar with Elite Dangerous, first thing, you have 3 different types of play here. You have open play. This is more MMO style, where you're playing with a lot of other players. Private group is where you and your group, your party or your friends, are the only human players in the game. And then solo play is you're all by yourself. There's AI characters, but you're the only human player. So I'm going to play that for now. I'll show you a little bit about what's going on here. So how this differs from EVE Online, or where I think it's better, is where EVE Online you kind of flew your plane by like a point and click. You click in this direction, or you point your ship in this direction, and you set your engines to a certain throttle, and you head that way. In order to jump to the next system, you had to get to the jump gate. This one, you're actually in the cockpit, and you're piloting. You're actually piloting this with the sticks on your controller. You make it go up and down. And I always felt like this is where EVE lacked. But this makes piloting a little more interactive in my opinion. Where EVE was, you're kind of, it was like internet spreadsheets. This one, you're actually internet astronauting. You see here, I am in the cockpit of my ship. And here I can look around, there's my hands and stuff. And I can look at my different panels. Like there's my main menu panel. I can come over here and you'll see different things with status modules. These are the things I have in my ship. I can come over here, I can see my navigation, transactions. These are like the current quests that I'm working on. Looks like I have some bounties to collect right there. Check that out. Nice. Then I can go up here to, this is kind of your comms panel. You got, that would be chat. And it's not, let me look at it. I guess I'm not hitting it at the right angle. So I'll look straight ahead. So another way you can do this is if you hold X, press up. Now I can see this. Here's my comms, my friends online. Here's email within games. Sometimes different people in email will send you little emails. You know, sometimes they may modify a quest or a mission when you're in the middle of it. Sometimes they'll say, hey, you just upgraded your faction with us and that sort of thing. And here's some more messages. So let's go to Starport Services, see some things here. Welcome to Earned Eads. So you refuel your ship, you restock your ammo, you repair it here, you can get your missions from here. Some of the loading screens are a little slow. That's kind of a downside to it, but it's not a big deal. This game isn't wall-to-wall action. There's a lot of exploration and flying around and finding things. And that's part of what I really enjoy. I like having the action when I want it, but I just spent, gosh, all day and a half just exploring out beyond the little habited bubble of space that we have here. Okay, so you see the different factions, and you see the little star icon, circle star icon underneath where it says 4 of 6. There's 3 major factions. There's the Federation, the Alliance, and the Empire, I think. And as you earn rep with those factions, you get different things. One thing that's really, really cool about this game is it's based on our own Milky Way galaxy. So if you're kind of a space, I don't want to call myself a space freak. I'm kind of freaky, but not a space freak. I'm not like an astronomer or anything like that. But, you know, I grew up, Star Wars was kind of my thing as a kid. That's what I grew up on. And so things that have to do with space have always kind of fascinated me. Anyhow, so this game's based, it's on a 1-to-1 ratio of our Milky Way, meaning that it's the exact size of the Milky Way. You travel here by light years. Now, I think there's 4 billion stars in this game, and 50,000 of them are actually based on real stars we know about. That we can see from Earth's like solar system, our system, or Earth and Mars. Actually, visit that system. And in order to visit that system, you have to have a permit. In order to get a permit, you have to get your faction up with the Federation. So that's why I kind of led into that. But it's really cool. And the rest of the stars, whatever 4 billion minus 150,000 is, I'm not going to math right now, is they're all based on actual scientific data. All the planets in the system's rotations. So you may be landing at a base that's floating around a planet, and one time got on a light, so it's really cool in that sense. What I'm going to do here is, let's do this. All right. So you see this here, contact outfitting. This is where you fit your ship, where you put different weapons and shields and maybe cargo thing. Whatever it is, you kind of tailor your ship to the job you want to do, or you can kind of try to make it a utility ship where it's kind of can do a little bit of everything, but it's not really good at any one thing. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm sitting right now, because I kind of do a lot of different missions. One time I may just take a haul from one point to another, then I may go do some bounties, I may go land on a planet. Here's the market. This is what I was telling you about. This is where you sell your stuff. These are items you'll find in the game. You can buy at one station and bring to another. Yep, we have legal drugs. You can also just go mining if you want. So down here you'll see, here's some of the things you can mine and bring back and sell. Maybe you can find a system that has a really good platinum ring or something like that, and then you found another system where it sells really, really well. Something you can do here. Some minerals you can mine. So there's that. Now if I take a look, I'm going to hold down my Y button and then see everything's kind of contextual. All the menus are contextual, so You hold down Y, and then you use your directional pad to get different things, or left bumper, right bumper. So I'm going to open the system map right now. I'm going to show you guys the system map. So this map is actually going to be the system that I'm currently in. We should see the star or stars if it has, some systems may have 3 stars. So this one has 1 star. We have several planets here. You see high metal content world. And these are bases. This is like a port. Oops, I'm trying. There we go. This is like a port. So this is actually a station you land inside of, and this is the one I'm in now. Just note it by that purple arrow triangle thing right above me. These are more like docks, so you don't really land on the inside of them. They're kind of less technical, less inhabited. Maybe like the beginning of a village. If I had to, like, this would be a city. This would be a village if I had to compare it to anything. Typically when you go to a place like this, there's not as many services available. You may not find the things that you're wanting to buy. They may not be able to restock your ammo. They may not be able to refuel you. It's kind of hit or miss with that. So there's 6 planets in the solar system. Now, this one doesn't have this little blue ring around it. This one does. Now, the ones with these little blue rings around them mean those are planets you can land on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fly out real quick, and I'm going to land on this planet here. Bangwa 1. Sounds like a martial art movie. I don't know, maybe we can get Jackie Chan to do that. Or Donnie Yen. I like Donnie Yen. He's in the new Rogue One coming up. I'm a martial arts fan too. Love martial arts and space, and so we got Donnie Yen in a Star Wars movie. Love it. So that's the system. Let me show you the galaxy real quick. This thing is massive. It's like, oh no, I don't know. It's just huge. I can't even compare it to anything. Not even something cleverly humorous, which I was trying to go for, but it didn't happen. Okay, so all these blue dots here are different systems. So we're in the Bangwa system here. Here's another system. Here's another system. So each one of these systems is a system of stars and planets. It could be 1 star with several planets, a star with no planets, 2 stars with no planets, 2 stars with 20 or 30 planets. Each planet could have moons. Some of these systems get really huge, and some of them are just quite empty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Oh, look at all those stars. Look at all that. See this little, this is kind of like the little inhabited pocket of space. The Sol system is in there, which I think I had bookmarked. Let's see, where is it? There it is, Sol. Let's go over and take a look at the system map real quick. Show you this. I just thought this was the coolest thing when I found this out. I'm like, this is so awesome. So you see at the top where it says distance 62.49 light years. That's how far away I'm sitting right now. All right, so here's what we learned in school. Here's Mercury. Oops, that's the Sol, our star. Here's Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and these are stations around each one of these. Here's our moon, right? Moon. It's just called Moon. Galileo. All right. Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune. Oh, Uranus, then Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto, Charon. Is Ceres in here? Do we have Ceres? No, I don't see Ceres. Just an asteroid belt. So yeah, you can actually come here. You can actually see Earth. Unfortunately, we can't land on Earth. We can land on Mercury though. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot this time of year there. So looks like we can land on the moons, on these different moons of the different planets too. Europa, Io. I don't even know how you say that. Io. Europa. Ganymede. I didn't even know that was an actual moon. I say I'm a fan of astronomy, but I'm so unknowledgeable. I just think it's cool. So yeah, there you go. There you have it. Here's the Sol system. Okay, let me back out. That was kind of redundant, wasn't it? Back. It's like, hey, I do. All right, so here we are. Again, each little blue dot is a different system. I'm going to back out. Again, this is the pocket of inhabitable space. Well, maybe it's a little bit bigger than that. So I'm going to go out. Look, oh, look at all this. Look how far I can go out. Oh my goodness. Look at all these. These are all, zoom back in, zoom back in, zoom back in. Look at this cluster of stars. Holy moly. 4 billion stars, each with its own complex system. The scale of this game's just crazy. It's got the scale of No Man's Sky, but plays a lot more like EVE Online. Okay, so let's go and launch. Hey, you know when astronauts like to eat their favorite meal? Launch time. Look at that. Xbox misunderstood me again. Crazy. Alright. I guess it was my horrible joke. So right now I'm taking off. I gotta put my landing gear up. There we go. Now I gotta maneuver my ship out this airlock while other ships may or may not be coming in. Seems easy enough. I tell you, I've got caught in this cage several times, and they get mad at you, like the station. They'll shoot you if you're like not where you're supposed to be. They're just like, dude, boom, boom, you're dead. They give you a few minutes, but if you don't clear out in that few minutes, they're hostile. Like, why you kick my dog?
All clear. Federal flight.
Alright, so you have 3 different types of travel in here. You have what I'm doing now, which is just normal travel. In just a minute, we're going to go to Super Cruise, which is how you travel around a system, and then you have your hyperspace. So as you see here, so I'm holding down the Y button. Up on the D-pad enables your frame shift drive, which is your engine to get you to these modes of travel. You have up for Super Cruise and down for hyperspace. So hyperspace will get us to the next system. We would actually have to target a system before we went to hyperspace. So we're just going to go Super Cruise right now. Charging. And so you can kind of see that planet out there. But Bangwa 1. Engage. Alright. See, now these little circles, you kind of get this heads-up display. Let me slow down a little bit. You get this heads-up display that will show you some major things within the system. So,
orbital flight engaged.
There we go. I'm going to come around to the side that's lit up a little bit. This process is a little long, but from somebody who's never just traveled in space, it makes it feel more realistic per se. There is a bit of a loading screen when you drop out of Super Cruise. When you get close enough to the planet, you go into like this glide mode. See, here we go. So this is kind of your loading screen, but they've done it kind of in such a manner. Well, now this one's going to feel a little bit like a loading screen because it kind of stops. Like my ship's shaking around, but I don't feel like I'm getting any closer to the planet. So it's an active loading screen, is what we'll call it. So there we go. We're gliding now. All right. And this, once I get down to a certain height, now on the right side here, you have like your fighter pilot where it shows your angle compared to the horizon, I guess, or the ground. On the right, you got your meter counting down, which shows your height. And so if we go right here, 0 degrees, I'm no longer descending. But I went up too high and I aborted the glide. So now I'm just gonna kind of point straight down here. Not sure how long this is gonna take. I'm gonna speed up. So I'm about 7 kilometers off the surface, descending rapidly. I could look around. There's some really stunning views in this game. In fact, my current background on my Xbox is a screenshot I took from this game. If I press, I won't do it now because I I might crash. But if I hold down B and press right, you get this external camera mode where you're kind of outside of the ship, so you don't have all this heads-up information in your screenshot. You get some really nice screenshots from this game. See at the top, you kind of see the dust on the window from the glare from the sun. The star, I should say. The sun is our star. Nobody else can have a sun. So I'm getting close, Alright. So I'm going to pull up a little bit. I'm going to put my landing gear down. I'm going to slow down.
Landing gear deployed.
And I'm going to ease down a little bit. Now we got to find flat ground to land on. You can't just land anywhere. See how my ship on the little radar, the little mini map down there is kind of blinking blue? That's kind of where it says, okay, you got a good landing spot. Oops, I actually went too far. And right there in the middle, it tells you unsuitable terrain. See how that red bar, it's lined up with the two red notches on the left and right? That kind of shows you, you know, if you're level or not. It's kind of, yeah, it's your level. So, alright. So now, I'm going to level out, and I'm going to come down, I'm going to ease down, because you can damage your ship. This is always fun to do when you're drinking. Never drink in hyperspace. Alright! We made a successful landing, so now we gotta get out, so we go down. Go down to our roll panel. I want to deploy our SRV. Surface Recon Vehicle. Alright, now I'm going to get into our SRV. Loading. Alright, in our SRV, we're going to let out of the ship. Now, depending on where you land on a planet, if you're near a base...
Low gravity warning.
Low gravity. So if you're near a base, there could be ship defenses there, like ships patrolling the area, and if they see your ship on the ground, your ship is vulnerable. So, in order to protect your ship while you're off exploring, you can dismiss it off to space. So let me show you what that looks like, right? Alright, I'm going to stop. I'm going to go into turret mode. See, so now I can shoot from this direction, but I can't really turn unless I turn the whole vehicle. I go into turret mode. Now I can turn the turret, and I can see a lot more. I can go, you know, almost 360 degrees in all directions. So I'm going to dismiss our ship. No, you know what? I've got to dismiss the ship and then go into turret mode. So dismiss the ship.
Dismissed.
And this will tell your ship to take off, head into orbit, and wait for you. Bye! I don't know why I find that so awesome. That's just really cool. Alright, let's get out of turret mode again. Now, I wish I could name ships in here. That's the one thing... Oh, handbrake's on. That's the one thing I really enjoyed about Eve, was naming my ships. I was naming them after the penguins in Madagascar for a while, so I had Skipper and Kowalski and... Oh gosh, it's been a while, I can't remember right now. I remember Skipper and Kowalski. So here we are, we're driving around. So in front of me, down on the top of my little mini-map, you see like this wave scanner. Well, that's actually what it's called a wave scanner. And it keeps hitting these little things. They look like they kind of stay on the radar for a second or two. Now I can start driving towards those things. That means there's something there. We don't know what. It could be a base with defenses. It could be a crashed ship that you might be able to salvage. It might just be... I ran across some automated mining equipment that I could blow up and steal the minerals from it. The big problem with scavenging using the SRV is it only has two cargo spots. So you get 2 items, you bring it back to your ship, you go back, you get 2 more items, you bring it back to your ship. That gets a little tedious sometimes, but I haven't found a site yet, and probably because I haven't done this a lot, where there's been a ton of stuff. I think 10, 12 things. So what I would do is I would just recall my ship as close as possible, and then just load up. see, so I'm trying to decide which direction I want to go. I'm gonna go this way because I see stuff in like kind of all sorts of directions. Turn headlights off. You just look around in space. It's really cool. This game is really just it's awesome looking. Look at that. See, so you can see a planet of maybe a planet, maybe a star with some sort of rings. Maybe it's some sort of nebula happening, supernova. I don't know what's going on with that. Looks like a planet with rings to me, but it's too bright. There's a nebula right there. You can fly to some of those things and check them out and explore them. I don't know what's in them. Also, from what I understand, soon we're going to get first-person mode in this game where we can walk around ships and bases. And from what I also understand is what's going to come along with being able to walk around in first-person mode is being able to fight in first-person mode. So you can go into a base and maybe you have to take it over, or maybe you have to get something out of the base. You might have to fight some other aliens or AI defense robots or something. So in that sense, the game is kind of seems like it's working itself towards something like Star Citizen. It seems like they're just trying to get all the modules together and put it all at once. Elite Dangerous came out, and it was kind of a paid-for beta. I think when I first got Elite Dangerous, I paid $30 for it, and it was kind of in this really long beta. It was still a fun, playable game, but like I was saying earlier, I got kind of bored, it got a little repetitive. And then they released this module out, and they got a really, really cool timeline for some things they're going to bring to the game. So it just came out of beta. On headlights back on. It just came out of beta not too long ago. I'm not sure exactly. It was sometime during my hiatus, but the beta was massively long. It was like probably at least a year. I could be wrong on that, but it felt like a year. And it came out of beta, and now I think you can buy Elite Dangerous Core and Elite Dangerous Horizons with the season pass. I think you're like right around $60 for a full price game. Definitely worth it. You will, if you like space games, open sandbox style space games, you will definitely get a lot of hours out of this game. I think I've been playing it for 2 weeks, and I've got to probably put close to 100 hours into it already. I mean, I played half a day on Friday, all day Saturday, from the moment I woke up till I went to bed, other than the time I took to eat. And that was when I was doing that exploring. I got about 600 light years away from where I started, which was probably somewhere about 450 to 500 light years from that little inhabited bubble in space. So it looks like there's just some rocks over here, and I haven't really been paying attention to my scanner. You can find rocks and you can mine them in here as well. So it looks like I'm in a huge crater. So I can go really fast if I want to. The problem with that is when you hit some of these rocks, it will damage you. So let's see, is this can I try to get that? No? So I can't tell you, I thought I might be able to mine that particular rock. Okay, so this is planetary exploration. This is probably getting boring for you guys watching. So what I'm going to do, go ahead, I'm going to recall my ship.
Ship recalled.
Let's see, can we see it come in? Love watching it come in, automated. I feel like Knight Rider, you know, Michael Knight talking to my watch. Kit, come pick me up, or whatever it is you do. You'll hear the sonic boom in a minute. That's really cool. I thought that was a really cool touch. There it goes. You hear it? That's... I don't know. I'm like, Kitty is this cool girl. Oh, there he is. There's good old no-name ship. So here we go. At the top right, I'm in turret mode. At the top right, you'll see your, so you can have a reference of where your turret is facing versus where the front of your vehicle is. That's pretty good. so I'm going to go back to regular drive mode. I don't even know what this is called. Not turret mode, that's what it's called. Look, now those things are showing up on the radar, like even more. Like I was just about to find something. I was feeling like it was a little too boring for you guys. Alright, so now we're going to go in here. We're going to park. Now at the bottom right, down under where it says fuel, you see board ship. See right there? That means I'm in the right spot. I could transfer cargo to the ship, I could dismiss my ship, or I could board the ship, which is what we're going to do right now. And it's going to pull us back up into the ship. Right? Yep, there we go. Bay 01. Alright. So, let me see if I can go get into a space battle for you real quick before we sign off. I don't want to make this video too long or too boring. So let me show you what a space battle is. So actually, before I do anything, I want to show you something real quick with my outfitting. So my ship has the ability, has 2 medium hard points. The hard points are where you can mount things like your weapons and such. I have 4 small hard points and 2 medium hard points. So I put beam lasers on my smaller hard points. Those really take care of the shields of another ship pretty quick. And then normally I would put like multi-cannons right here, which seem more like a Gatling gun type gun. But after I got back from exploration, I took these off during exploration to lower my weight so my ship can jump further. And once you get beyond the inhabited bubble, you don't really have to worry about running into anybody trying to kill you. I couldn't find multi-cannons anywhere. So I said, well, let me try these seeker missiles. I haven't used them yet. Since I've been back from exploration, I haven't been in a battle yet. The exploration, I kind of got a little burned out because I played the game all day long. So I actually hadn't played this game in a few days. So that's probably one of the reasons I haven't gotten into a battle yet. So alright, so we're taking off. We lift off our ship. We want to get at close to about a 90-degree angle, so that way we're going as straight up as possible. And then we go. Oops, I got to
Cannot comply. Landing
there
gear
we go.
retracted.
Alright, so now we're there, and we go into
Frameshift
super
drive
cruise.
charging.
There's your escape vector. You gotta line up with that to the escape
4,
planet's
3,
gravity.
2, 1, engage.
And that's another thing. The planets have different gravity. So you see down at the bottom, on the right side there, you got some numbers that are counted down for the degrees. Well, right below that, you see 0.16 G. That's the amount of gravity of this planet. It's 0.16 G's. 1 G would be Earth gravity. So this is a lot less than Earth on this planet. But you'll get some planets that are a lot more, and your ship will fly different in those. So you have to be really careful. You may have to pick up some speed when you're coming down and such like that, or you will crash. Yeah, you will crash. Crash and burn. Oh man. You know what this game, that just reminded me, this game is excellent for Top Gun boats. If you're a Top Gun fan, you can't get enough of those in this game. Wood's been hit. Wood's been hit. I repeat, Wood's been hit. This is Ghost Rider requesting a flyby. Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. You Top Gun fans, you know what I'm talking about. Alright, so, like Eve, if you want to get into some good battles, you usually head towards the sun. So we'll go to our navigation panel here. The star. You can go to the star, or the nav beacon is what you usually lock onto when you're going from one system to another. It's always real close to the star of the system, so you can just lock onto the nav beacon. And now, to the top left of my radar down there, you'll see the blue dot. That shows you where your destination is. Now the blue dot is hollow. That means it's behind me. So I just keep turning around. I line that sucker up, and I head towards it. Now, if this was another system that I had targeted, we would hit our jump to hyperspace now. Okay, so the objects around you, their gravity will affect you. So if you're flying by an object or towards an object, you will speed up, and as you move away from the object, you will its gravity will pull on you and slow you down. So on the right, you see a little hologram of my ship with 3 blue circles around it. Those circles are my shield. Underneath it, you'll see 100%. That's my hull. Just to the right of that, you see these 3 little bars: systems, engines, and weapons. Now, I can change these things at the bottom. Those are called tips, and that's how much energy will be put into those. And if it has a full bar, that particular, I guess you could think of it like a battery or a capacitor, is full of energy. Now, the system will charge your shields. So when your shields start going down, you want to put a little more in the system. Engines will give you more power to your engines. So, you know, maybe if you're trying to get somewhere fast, or you're in a battle where the guy's just out turning you, you might want to go to engines. And then weapons will give more power to your weapons, so your cooldowns, you can shoot your weapons for longer. So when you're in a battle, you kind of gotta decide where you need it. If your shields are gone, you might want to put some of the shields and maybe some of the engines to try to outmaneuver the person until your shields come back online and you can throw some back over into weapons. Down RST is just reset, and when you hit that, it just puts 2 in each one. So we passed our destination, so we'll turn around. I just wanted to show you that. That's kind of pretty important. Also, just to the right of the radar in the middle, you'll see my speed bar. So I can slow down. See, hold left bumper, slow down, right bumper to speed up. Now this blue section here, between here and here, this is where your ship has its best turning radius. So when you're in battle and you're in a dogfight, this is probably, you want to try to keep it somewhere in here, unless you're just flat out trying to run and you just want to put everything in the engines and go, whoa, so here we go, we're coming to nav beacon. Now, you want to slow down when you're coming to a destination, because especially this one is close to the sun. You'll start pulling you in, you'll start getting faster, and you'll shoot right by it. Because you can only come out of hyperspace, well, you can come out anytime, but you can only come out of hyperspace without taking damage at a certain point. And right above my mini-map, it'll flash, I keep calling it mini-map radar, it'll flash safe to disengage, and then you just disengage from hyperspace. Slow down again, see it's pulling me in, man. Whoa. Slow down, slow down. Oh, that's, I'm trying to follow that ship over there. Alright. You can hear the sun cooking, man. That nuclear reaction happened and burning us all up. Alright. We should be close. I think once we get under the light seconds, will go to 1 million miles, 1 million meters, yeah. And then once you get below 1 million meters, I believe that's when you get safe to disengage. But see, now I'm speeding up. There we go. Alright, so I'm trying to slow down, and though, see there, I flew right by it. Though my speedometer, my throttle is all the way down, the gravity from the sun, the star, I keep calling it the sun, the star was shooting me right on by. So it's hard to see because of the sun, but I'm at 1.5 million meters. And then I'll go down to kilometers. And they're safe, disengage ready. So I hit Y to disengage. Alright. So what I'm going to do, deploy my weapons. I'm going to scan this guy. And all you have to do to scan is just lock onto him like that. Okay? And down to the bottom left, it'll give me information about this guy's ship. He's clean. I could shoot him if I want to, but then there would be a bounty on my head. So what I want to do is I want to look for somebody who is not clean, who's wanted, dead or alive. Okay, so he's clean, but he's in a wing, 2 of 2. That means he's got a group together. So we can go over to contacts and see who's in the area. Let's check out this Scout. And then you see on my mini map, you see the ships. They're with that line, that means he's up from where I am. And he's got little brackets around him. That's who I have selected. He's an expert. He's clean. So let's look at somebody else. Try this other ass.
Scan detected.
And the good thing about coming out here is the local police will be out here too. So you can come out here and you can shoot some ships that maybe you wouldn't be able to take on your own. Look, he's wanted. Alright, so I'm going to put pips to engines and mostly to weapons. I'm going to kind of get close to him. And the local security force will be out here as well. So, you know, oh, somebody's already started firing. Alright, I'm going to hit him. I'm going to take the shields down. On the left side of my mini-map, my radar, you see his ship information. So he's trying to fly away, so I'm going to hit boost real quick. He's really going, so I'm going to put a couple more push to my engines. Throttle all the way up. Alright, now I'm going to slow down because he's within range.
Target shields offline.
The shields are offline. Now I'm going to hit him with my seekers as soon as I lock on. Woo! So now he's attacking me now, that's why he's red and flashing. That means he's actually shooting at me. So on the right side you see my shields being hit. So I'm going to throttle up a little bit because he's out turning. Alright, we got him down to 40% hull, 30, so see other people are attacking.
Warning, temperature critical.
So I got a temperature critical warning because I'm going to put a couple to pips to system to kind of recharge my shield too. 1%, 0%.
Target shields online.
Oh, he should boom. Boom! And I just got 47,000 credits for that guy. Now, he was pretty good, so I may not have been able to take him on my own. I don't think I like these missiles. I mean, it took a lot of missiles to actually damage him. And you can only hold so many, so I'm not sure how I feel about the missiles. Anyways, there you go. That's a little dogfight. I'm gonna put all pips to system now that I can. I'm gonna fill system up, and then the rest gonna go into engines, so I can get my shields charged back up. But now what I want to do is I'm gonna navigate back to the station, Hearns Port. So I select it, lock destination. I'm going to line up with it, and then I'm going to go into Super Cruise. And since it's contextual as well, I don't have to hold down Y and press up. I can just hit Y.
Cannot comply.
Oh, I can't because I have my guns out still. So I retract all my weapons. If I had my cargo scoop open or landing gear down, it would tell me the same thing. I'm going to throttle all the way up.
Frameshift drive charging.
We're going to do this. Woo woo.
4, 3,
Hyperspace, y'all. That's how we roll.
1. Engage.
Alright. So we're 416 light seconds from where we want to be. I mean, from a math standpoint, I get that that's far, but it's still hard to wrap your head around. It's like thinking about the universe being infinite. It's really hard to wrap your head around something not having an end. I mean, everything we experience has an end. It's just really weird. Sometimes I lie awake at night and just think about stupid crap like that. That's why I have sleeping issues. So I was speeding up too fast. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to dip away from my target to slow myself down a little bit. There we go. See the time underneath it says you have your light seconds, this distance, and it tells you, gives you an estimation of the time it's going to take you to get there. You typically want to keep that around 7. That kind of where it works. Sometimes I've never heard the term, but they say people use the term flying the 7s in this. So as we come up on this, all these lines are actually from my HUD. If another ship could shoot out your canopy and you won't see this stuff, so you have to fly just plain visually. But you'll see the planet and the moons, and right there the station is in orbit around the planet. So we're just going to kind of keep lined up with that. We're still at about 7 seconds. That's good. 10 million meters. Again, when we get down to kilometers, it should let us safely disengage. Also on the left, you see those little meters, the orange and blue meters. When both those bars get into blue, you can safely disengage. Now, they say it's best to disengage when they're both lined up. I don't know why. I'm thinking that it gets you as close as possible without being too close, slash towards the front. So here we are. Where's the door to this place? Alright, so there's a couple ways to figure this out. One, you can select it, and on my little holograph down there, it'll have arrows pointing to the door. Two, the door is typically facing the planet, or at least real close to facing the planet. Three, the door side is the one that always rotates counterclockwise. So this side's rotating clockwise right there. So we need to get to the opposite side of this station, which is going to be somewhere over there. Where's the planet, though? How do you lose a planet that you're really not that far away from? Alright, so there's the red and green lights, so that's the entrance there. Planet should be like right there. I don't see it. Alright, so you cannot just land, you have to request. You have to request permission. So you go to your contacts list here. So we did that. We have X, press left on the D-pad to get to our left panel here. Contact, select earn support, and say request docking.
Permission authorized. Vector for approach to landing pad 15.
Alright, so now I gotta line up with that. Now this is where you see how bad of a pilot I really am. You know, when you're out in the infinite whatever of space, it's hard to crash into things. So look at something real quick. I hold down Y, left bumper, right bumper, toggle flight assist. What that does is when you have flight assist off, I gotta land 15. So I'm gonna try to do this at the same time.
Maintain current heading
Actually,
until further
I'll take off
instructions.
flight assist in a minute. So now I gotta find pad 15. There it is, way in the back. Easy enough. Sometimes they're right there at the front, and those are really hard to get. And I'm not even flying a really, really big ship. I'm probably a medium ship. Lower gear.
1,000 meters from touchdown.
Landing gear down.
For your convenience
Speeding up.
and safety,
Because I'm
Landing
really
gear
faster.
deployed.
placements are active.
Like, yeah,
at
if you
traffic
hover over the wrong
station
pad,
at this station.
they will shoot you. Right? So I'm slowing down, I'm coming down. Now my radar turns into a little target. Oh, how did I miss that? Let's back up, let's back up. There we go. So anyways, flight assist. Now, I won't say this game is absolutely true to physics. I mean, you can hear sounds of guns and the ships and stuff like
Have a
that, but
productive visit, Commander.
I get that because, you know, you're not supposed to hear sounds in space, but that would make for a really boring game. You know, games are really about, I mean, the sounds are really what drive the game. So having absolutely no sounds when you're firing and stuff would just kind of be really weird. Plus, you should be able to hear it, your own fire, I think, in the cockpit because it's vibrating the ship and this and that. But, you know, hearing somebody else and the explosions and things like that. Blah. Anyhow, so the physics are I'll say, just say semi-realistic. So when you have flight assist off, that is a computerized controlling of certain engines or thrusters to keep you level. So when you do a U-turn, say, or you know, you turn to the left or turn to the right, under normal circumstances, your ship would keep going that direction. So if you push to the left just to turn a little bit to the left, under normal circumstances you'd keep going to the left unless you had an opposite thrust to make you stop. So if you were to say pull back on the stick and go up, without that opposite thrust, if when you let go of the stick you'd keep going in that same direction, you would keep rotating until you were facing backwards, but still going the same direction, still flying the same direction. So flight assist off, that those thrusters are automatically launched for you, I guess, or fired for you to keep you even and straight. So when you let off the stick, your ship stops moving in that direction. Now, what you can do is turn it off if you're an expert pilot or you want to do some really fancy tricks, like you and another ship are going head to head and you're firing at each other, and all of a sudden you zoom right past each other. You can turn flight assist off, flip your ship to face him, but you're still headed in your original direction, and you're shooting him. You're just tearing him up. He's like, "What's going on? How do you do that?" You're like, "Dude, that's how I roll. That's how I fly. I know. I got skills." But so that's really cool. I've tried it a few times, and I'm just not really good at it yet. I need a little practice. It's too much going on for me. I get a little overwhelmed, so I don't use it too often. But if you're really good at sort of thing, maybe you're a natural pilot, that would be perfect for you. You can do some really crazy stuff, like turn it off to really corner around an asteroid or something, and turn it back on when you're done cornering. It would take some quick fingers and some skills, but I imagine if you were able to master something like that, you would be a very formidable pilot. So anyways, guys, that is Elite Dangerous. I barely scratched the surface on this game. I mean, like I said, I explored 600 years out. I think the galaxy is, like I said, it's a one-to-one mapping of the Milky Way. So was it like 200 light years across, or 200,000 light years across? It's just insane, the size of the game, and you can pirate where you when you're targeting a ship, you can target specific subsystems like their canopy. When they run out of air, they're gonna die. So you shoot their canopy. That's a real quick way to get rid of somebody. You shoot their engines, their thrusters, their ship stalls, and then you can send out little AI bots called limpets that will break their cargo hatch and then steal their cargo. So that's awesome. You can scan the ships before to see if they have the cargo you want. You could go mining and mine into ships. You have to watch out for pirates coming in trying to steal your hull. So you may want to take some protection around, or be ready to jump out of there at light speed. Maybe you build your ship with more shields and more thrusters and maybe a little less cargo space. Or maybe you just think you're lucky and you just go all out cargo space with no shields, no thrusters, and that's what you got. You could do bounties, bounty hunt. They have community events, and community events are awesome. They open up like conflict zones where there's two factions battling each other, and you pick a side and you go in there, and you can make some good money doing that. You can haul things. Sometimes they may be looking for certain cargo or certain blueprints that you got to go search for. You can bounty hunt specific pirates or do missions. You can scavenge. You can go scavenge old wrecks, or you can wreck them yourself. Like, hey, there's no wrecks around here. Let me just wreck this place. And you wreck some ships and scavenge them. You can go land on planets and explore and scavenge things there, and raid bases there. So there's a lot to do in this game, and the great thing is each job per se kind of has a different way you want to approach it. So you'll fit your ship a different way. You might put more shields or more thrusters or more jump. If you're exploring, you might want to put better guns, and then you can take these things to the engineers and you can modify them, but then you need to gather some resources. So there's a whole lot to do in the game. I mean, if you like space games, you can spend hundreds of hours in this game. So the $60 is, if that's the price, I want to say $60. I paid $30 for Horizon, or $30 for Elite Core, and then $30 for the Horizon Season Pass, which gave me the Planetary Land and the Engineering. And I think there's going to be one more for that that is included with the Season Pass. But you can spend a lot of time in this game. There's a lot to do. You can even, I haven't done it yet, but they do have microtransactions, but it's all cosmetic stuff. You can buy different paint jobs for your ship. The one thing I really want to buy, but I'm really hesitant, I'm not a microtransaction person, but You could buy bobbleheads for the dashboard of your ship. Yes, you can put bobbleheads on your ship, and that's so awesome. I don't know why I think that's cool. Anyhow, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Game Drain. There's a couple of really cool guys. I'm not the only one who streams on this channel. There's a couple of really cool guys. We do a lot of different games. I just got an Elgato capture device, so I should be able to stream more Xbox stuff. The PlayStation streams right to YouTube, and my gaming PC isn't up to par, so I probably won't do much for my gaming PC. But between the handful of us that stream, we cover lots of different systems, and we're probably not cutting edge. We're probably not going to give you the latest information, but you know, watch us. If you enjoy this, I enjoy streaming and talking to you guys. Subscribe and keep visiting us. All right, guys. No tagline yet. I'm just not that clever. So like spoon or some sort of battle cry, I need to come up with. It's not easy being green. Now it's already taken. So, anyways, guys, have a great night. We will see.